What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a new and unique recipe with you guys. Now, in any Guyanese household, Mithai is a favorite snack for almost anyone. You've got that delicious dough made out of coconut, you've got that butter in there making it so nice and flaky, and it's coated in sugar syrup. What more could you want for a dessert? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share something a little different. If you guys remember last Christmas, I did my own spins on the original Mithai recipe, and I did a chocolate peppermint version and I did a cherry coconut version. Those were so amazing that I decided I have to make another version for you guys. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my unique recipe for lemon flavored Mithai. Now this Mithai is so delicious, guys. If you're that person that needs a little snack with your tea or coffee in the morning, the afternoon, after dinner for a late night snack, this is the recipe for you. The Mithai is so beautifully flavored with that lemon. It permeates throughout the whole dough, and it's a nice little light lemon flavor. It's nothing too heavy, nothing too subtle. And I promise you guys, if you follow my recipe to a T, you're gonna have that perfect Mithai that is soft, it's flaky in the middle, and it somewhat melts in your mouth. It is so delicious. You guys are gonna have to trust me on this one and give it a try. It might sound a little weird, but hey, change is good. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. The ingredients that I'm gonna need is some all-purpose flour. I have some unsalted butter, some freshly grated coconut, but you could feel free to use some desiccated coconut or the dried coconut in the bag. I also have some baking powder, some lemon zest, some condensed milk, as well as some lemon juice and some carnation milk or evaporated milk to help me bring my dough together. Into a bowl, I'm gonna add in all of my all-purpose flour. And once you go in with your flour, you're gonna add in all of your baking powder. And I'm going to go in with all of my cubed butter. Now you want to use cubed butter to give the Mithai a nice flakiness on the inside and a nice softness. Once you add these ingredients in, you're going to go in with some clean hands and you're going to mix this in until all of that butter is incorporated and you have very fine crumbs. Once you get that butter mixed into the flour evenly, you're going to go in with all of your shredded coconut. And as I said before, you could use freshly grated like I'm using, or you could use the desiccated coconut. And I'm going to go in with my lemon zest. And the lemon zest is what's going to give this a nice lemony flavor. Once you go in with the lemon zest, you're also going to go in with some of your condensed milk. And then you're going to give all of these ingredients a mix until they're all incorporated throughout the flour. Once everything is mixed in really well, you're going to go in with your lemon juice. And you're going to go in with all of your evaporated milk. Now you want to add in a little bit at a time and mix it together. So this way you can get a nice soft dough, and it's not too hard and it's not too soft. Once you've mixed all of your ingredients in your dough and everything is combined really well, you're going to go ahead and cover this with a wet paper towel or with some plastic wrap, and you're going to allow it to rest for about 15 minutes just to allow those glutens to relax a bit, and then we can move on to the next step. Once you allow your dough to rest for about 15 minutes, you're going to go ahead and put it on a floured surface, and you're going to begin rolling it out so this way we can start frying. You want to roll it out to your desired thickness. Some people like a really thick Mithai, some people like a very thin Mithai. So you guys go ahead and gauge that for yourselves. So I'm going to roll this out and then we're going to start to do the next step. Once you've got your dough rolled out to your desired thickness, you're going to take your pizza cutter or a very sharp knife and you're going to begin to cut them into strips. And once you cut them into strips, you're going to go ahead and cut them either into diamond shapes or triangle shapes. Or you could cut them into whatever shape you want. There's no rhyme or rhythm with that. So I'm going to keep cutting them. And in the meanwhile, I have my oil preheating. And once it comes up to temperature, we can start frying. And once your oil comes up to temperature, you're going to go in with half of your rolled out and cut pieces of Mithai. And we're just going to fry it on a medium to medium low heat until they're nice and golden brown on the outside and a little crispy. So I'm going to come back and show you guys what that looks like. You want to make sure to keep on stirring the whole time and moving them around so this way they can get an even brown coating on the outside. Alright guys, I finished frying all of my Mithai and each batch took about 2 to 3 minutes to finish just so they could get that nice even golden brown coating on the outside. So at this point we're going to start making the sugar syrup. In order to make my sugar syrup or the pog that's going to go around my Mithai, I'm going to go ahead and add some sugar to some water in a heavy bottom pot. And what I'm going to do is put it on a medium to medium high heat and allow it to come up to a boil. Once your sugar syrup comes up to a rolling boil, you're going to lower the heat to a medium low heat so this way it can just start to simmer and it won't overcook. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go in with some more lemon zest. And this is going to help us with all of that lemon flavor for our lemon mithai. So I'm going to stir this in, and I'm going to allow this to cook for about another 5 to 6 minutes. The time will vary depending on the type of pot you're using and your stove. And I'll show you guys what to look for when it comes time to take this off the heat. As you guys can see, there's a lot of little fine bubbles around the sugar syrup now as it's boiling. And I wanted to show you guys another method to see if the sugar syrup is done. When you scrape the edges of the pan, and if you feel that it's like very crispy at the edges and it's starting to crystallize, that's one sign that your sugar syrup is done. Also, when you look at it, it should be nice and thick like this. A little runny, but thick as well. Another way that I like to test my sugar syrup is by taking a few pieces of my fried mithais, and I'll just dip out a little bit of the sugar syrup, and I'll begin to toss it in this bowl. And if the mithai starts to get a little white coating on the outside from that sugar syrup, then that's your indication that the sugar syrup or the pog is done boiling. And I wanted to show you guys. You can see that little white coating that's starting to form all over that mithai. So my sugar syrup is going to be done in about like a minute or maybe 30 seconds. And then I can begin to toss it over the rest of my mithai. So I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like when this finishes up. Once your sugar syrup is done boiling, you're going to go ahead and evenly spread it all over the mithai. And this is to ensure that it gets a nice even coating. You want to make sure to scrape out the pan as much as possible so you can get that excess syrup out, because that's going to help you get a nice coating on top of your mithai as well. Once you add it in, you want to begin stirring. And you're going to have to put a little bit of elbow grease into this and stir it really well. So this way all of them get an even coating on the outside with all of the sugar, and none of them clump up together, and that sugar syrup won't get hard on you. Whenever the sugar syrup allows to sit for too long by itself, it begins to harden really fast, and that's not what you want. So I'm going to continue stirring this, and I'm going to come back and show you guys what it looks like when it begins to form that white coating and crystallize on the outside of the mithai. Alright guys, my mithai is coming together. As you guys can see, it's formed a beautiful, thick white coating on the outside, and this is exactly what you want. You don't want to overcook that sugar syrup, because if you do, then the mithai will not get an even coating, and that sugar will not adhere to the actual mithai pieces correctly. They'll just start to fall off when it dries. So at this point, your mithai is done, guys. It has a beautiful white coating. I'm going to go ahead and serve it up and show you guys what these bad boys look like. Alright guys, that's all I have for you in this video today. I really hope you enjoyed this new twist on the traditional mithai recipe. I hope you all give it a try. It's a nice, fresh, lemony flavor. You guys are going to love it. So I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. And make sure to keep leaving all of your comments down below, so this way I can see what to make next for you guys. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye guys.